Christmas, boys and girls. I am Larson, the superintendent, and if you remember last year, I read you a couple stories before your holiday break, and they all had to do with a snowman. Well, this year, the story I'm going to read to you has to do with my brand new friend, an owl named Rockefeller. Rockefeller came all the way to Brainerd today to tell you a story about what happened to him a couple of years ago. Rockefeller was in a tree in Maine that they cut down, and they drove it all the way to New York City to showcase as the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. And when they opened up the tree, here was our friend Rockefeller. Well, Rockefeller came all the way to Brainerd today to tell you the story of what happened to him, and he asked me if I would read to you his book. So let us begin. We're going to read the story together today called Rockefeller, the Christmas Owl. And our story is written by T. Troy Colo and the illustrations by Meredith Miner. Nice job there, Rockefeller. Rockefeller, the Christmas Owl. It was a typical afternoon. That is, if you're an owl like Rockefeller. Let me restate that. An owl like me. I was perched on a branch on a green piney tree, looking out towards the meadow, the view before me, surveying our lot with grasses and leaves, living here with my parents quite comfortably, when whoosh came a wind quite sudden and strong. It wasn't at all like summer or autumn, but Mother and Father had told me this often. My father is wise and his stories to tell. He teaches me things for keeping me well. My mother, she gathers up snacks that I like best, and she brings them back to eat at our nest. That strong gust of wind came once again, and that was the signal for me to go in. I had just found something that was shiny and flat, and I brought it up here to the branch where I sat. Sometimes people would drop things on the ground for me to find them and to bring them home and around. I like to go fetch things, as that's my employ. That sparkle and shimmer which Mother enjoys. Then I place them around to adorn our nest. It brightens our spirits, and it brings us happiness. Now, Father would tell you, use grasses and twigs. These are what makes our nest grow real big. Now, over the branches, I hop on my feet, thinking of what I might find there to eat. When just then a rush of men under our tree startled my mother, my father, and me. Father and Mother Owl, they flew off just then, expecting that I would follow. Afraid at that moment, too nervous to move, alone in my house, what should I do? Meaning no harm, as these weren't bad men. They just didn't notice the nest there within. Just then a loud rumble, the sound of a saw, as the engine and the chains started to gnaw. Rrr, rrr, rrr. The workers below were sawing down our tree. It swayed this way and that way, and it started to lean. It toppled right over, and it fell to the ground. Bang! Splat! It was flat. It came down quick as all that. No worry for me as I flew from the tree, the place we call home for my family. by the side of the meadow, perched up above, awaiting my parents for whom I do love. Nightfall was coming. No sign of my folks. Across on the meadow, the workers I note. The tree they were tying was hauling away, down to the city for a Christmas display. Just as they finish, I dart to our nest, as they covered and tied me inside with the rest. I sat in our nest, and there I would stay. The men were now finished, and they began on their way. Day 1, day 2, and the third day had come. Of travel by trailer in a tree was no fun. No food and no water, just where are they going? Now that we're here, where had we come? The cars with their horns and the noises and sounds, as all of the people they shuffled around. Soon up goes my tree. Well, how can this be? As the branches unfold, I sigh with relief. I'm no longer trapped in my nest, thankfully. Rockefeller said, the first thing I noticed, the first thing I could see, the city with buildings much taller than trees. Looking below was a pond that was froze. Some people were skating around as they go. Nearest a statue, it gleaming of gold. Each way that I looked was a sight to behold. There's angels with trumpets that sparkle and shine. Nothing before have I ever seen finer. With a flash of light, that twinkle and glow. But just then I remember my parents are still gone. How would I find them now that I'm on my own? Rockefeller said, I cried to the workmen as to where I had come, but none of them answered, as most people do. They don't speak to an owl, as they don't have a clue. There were pigeons below me. I'll ask some of them. Maybe they'll tell me just where to begin. One said, that man in the red suit, he travels up north. Perhaps he can help you locate them both. I flew right down next to the man in the chair as he listened as children requested their wares, telling him just what they want and would like. One wants a dolly, another wants a bike. I wanted something that couldn't be brought, so maybe I can't ask, was my first thought. I picked up some tinsel and I flew back to my tree to make it more festive and comfortable for me. For days and days, I would wait and I would worry. Before my spirit falls, let's hurry. For days I would think of just how to get back. Then Santa came past me pedaling his pack. I asked him to help me to find my way home, to get to my parents, because I'm here all alone. Poor Rockefeller, that had to be terrible. I'll go back by the way I had come. As Santa was softly humming a song, it said, of course I can help you, just follow along. I'm sure I'll glide past them this Christmas Eve night. I make all my rounds, my reindeer's sleigh fight. Just below here with me, if you can squeeze in. My sleigh is full of presents this season of giving. To all the good children, these toys I am delivering. As Santa fills stockings, I decorate the trees. I fly down the chimneys quick as a breeze at each of the houses on Christmas Eve. Then, Rock spied something familiar to him, a glimpse of the meadow, and there was his kin. Imagine the joy upon seeing them. There's Mom and my dad. Can it really be them? Yes, wishes can come true. And I'm here, home again, with my mom and dad. Bless you. I want to take this time, along with my new friend Rockefeller, to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. And I hope you all have a fantastic holiday break. Please have a lot of fun with your family and friends, and know that we are looking forward to seeing all of you back to school on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. Happy holidays to everyone, and we'll see you in the new year. Thank you.